Your very first card is Radha with a soul flame. And it says, rediscover a lost part of yourself, experience relationship harmony and healing. And it feels to me like it is in the discovering of the lost part of yourself that healing will happen. So there is some part of you that is struggling or that is causing strife in relationship. Rediscover that part of you and harmony has a much better chance. That's just the first card. The second card you got is Kuan Yin, talking about choosing to be loved, choosing love, always choosing love. Do what's right for everyone, offer a helping hand, having compassion. Care and compassion in relationships will go a long way. You got quite a few cards referring to health and healing and opening up to love. You got in line with Kuan Yin, we have Jesus is asking you to open up to love as well. Open your heart. Open your heart. So this lost part of you, they're telling me, is very deep in your heart space. Maybe from childhood, maybe from past lives. This lost part of you can be found in your heart space, in your feeling space. They're showing me a munchkin. They're showing me a child. So that could be your inner child. It could be something that happened to you in childhood. It could be something that happened in a past life in childhood. So they're gonna see, you know, all the ways that we can sort of work that out. So here's Kuan Yin again saying, let it go. So whatever it was that happened, if something happened in your childhood that was traumatic, that might be affecting your relationships, Kuan Yin is saying to have compassion for yourself and others, and anywhere that there's something that's just really irritating you, or something in the way others are being, or yourself, just let it go. Let that go and open your heart to love. Find the loving path for all involved. Love and compassion. If it's not love and compassion, they want me to hold these three. If it's not this, let it go. Just let it go. Sometimes, you know, sometimes when they say let it go, it's like, yeah, easy for you to say. Sometimes letting go really is just a choice. It's just a decision that you finally make, that you just go, you know what? I'm just gonna not even look at that anymore. It just sometimes can be just a decision, is what they're saying. For you to do, because you have other things to do. There's some really great stuff coming for you, and that wants to come for you. So it's almost like with the ascension and the everything sort of expanding right now, your soul is getting lit. You know, there's a flame in your soul right now to find that little piece of you that was wounded and let it go, because you got things to do. Scorpio, you got things to do. It's not going to help you to hold on to anything that's lower vibration. And then you also got Hilarion for health and healing. So some of your frustrations, if you have them, could be affecting your health. And, you know, we want you to have really good health. So let that stuff go. If anything is bothering you, let it go. Open your heart to love. If that's really, really hard, the decision is hard to do, and you're feeling a need to do more than, or it requires more than just a decision, you also got Buddha is saying to meditate. Meditation will help you to go within and find that little one. Find that little one that's lost. Go find him or her and let them have a voice a bit, and give them some care and compassion. Your little your little person inside you. Okay, and then we also got from Mother Earth, we got to communion with the spirit animal or the spirit, that inner self. So it's sort of two cards that are saying to go within, meditate, if in order to help you let it go. It could be if it's not just a choice, in other words, it might require going into that part of you, finding that part of you, and giving him or her a hug and compassion and caring and nurturing and healing, so that then it dissipates on its own. Now this Serapis Bey came pretty early in the reading. It says, go now, go now. This card in your reading actually has a couple of meanings. The first meaning that they're telling me has to do with this one. They want me to hold this up. Go now. In other words, do it now. Let it go. Let it go. Do it now. Meditate. Do it now. Find that lost part of you and integrate that child, that wound, that sad little munchkin that needs you. Better to focus on that than the frustration with the other. Does that make sense? What do you mean? So if you're frustrating on the other, if you're focusing on the other who may be frustrating you, that is not helping you. That is creating frustration energy within you. That does not help you. That's not healthy for you. So go now, let that go. Just open your heart and find that part of you. So turn your focus around to yourself and just kind of go, you know what? This frustration is not healthy for me. I don't want to hold this anymore. There's a part of you that is calling for your attention. Is the very reason that this frustrating situation is there. It's to encourage you to go within and heal that part of you. All right? And he's saying, go do it now. Do it right now. This reading is for May. And if you're resonating with this, he's saying, do this now. There's no time. You have one life. This one life. And every day that goes by is then gone. So go now. Do it now. You have 3 cards. 3 cards talking about endings and new beginnings. Endings and new beginnings. You got Kelly, endings and beginnings. So whatever this frustration is, that's coming from your inner, whatever this frustration is, it's kind of time to let this go. See, let it go also has more than one application in this reading. Is to let go of your frustrations, but it's also to let go of anything really that's holding you back. You got work to do. You got great stuff is coming, and you want to make room for that. So let it end if it's not serving you. You also got from the fairies, goodbye to the old, hello to the new. Change your focus, shift your focus from the old to the new, because there's great stuff over there. So the old feels like there's some places where there's frustration. Maybe they're saying that you might be holding on to resentment. That's the word. If you're holding on to resentment, that would definitely be blocking you and keeping you from moving forward. Let that go. Let that go. It's say hello to the new. Okay? And you also got from Mother Earth, new beginnings. You got the dawn, and new beginnings are ready to happen. The energy of our planet right now is so high that it's going to amplify wherever you are. So if you continue, if you focus on frustration, resentment, those sorts of things, that's going to amplify. So So let it go. Let it go now. There's new beginnings coming. All is really well. Let's see. So in this situation that would be really good if it ended for you in the bigger picture, they're asking you to take charge. Moses is with you as an example to say, take charge of it. Take charge of your own sovereignty, and in that will be clearer than what how to go about taking charge of any difficult situation that you might be in. And when you take charge of it, including taking charge of yourself and opening your heart to the love for everybody, having the care and compassion for everyone involved, including yourself, and when you take charge of this situation, whatever might be challenging for you, it will work out in a balanced and fair way. It will work out. But this is coming after this, which is coming after this. Right? So, letting go of the frustration, taking charge of yourself and the situation will enable it to end peacefully and fairly, so that you can open up to the new beginnings that are trying to come for you. 3 cards all saying the same thing is really, really powerful. You have new beginnings coming. So while the endings of things might be, it's just not really fun while you're in the middle of it, all is well. You'll be all right. You'll be all right. And it's one of those things where once you get to the other side and look back, you'll just be like, oh, I'm so glad I did that. I'm so glad I did that. You're going to be so glad you did that. Just resolve it and let it go. You also have Raziel is downloading for you. He's saying in your dream time. Is it dream time? Yes, in your dream time. And you got the dream time card too. You got the dream time card. So Raziel is saying that he's bringing you some esoteric information and symbols and helping you to understand spiritual truths and kind of how life works. So anything you might be unsure about. Raziel is bringing things, you may have heard about people sort of getting downloads at night. At night, when you're sleeping at night, your ego's asleep too. So you're much more receptive to that sort of spiritual understandings and information about spiritual truths and how things work. So Raziel is giving you downloads. Get excited. That's awesome. Awesome. In your dream time. It also says that Metatron is saying to focus on your priorities. He's going to help you get organized and motivated so that, as you start focusing on, this reading is for May. It's for sort of the rest of May. It's for right now and, can affect you for some time. But I asked Spirit for what do Scorpions need right now for themselves, the most Scorpions, for themselves, and also to help them move forward for the bigger picture, for humanity, for the new earth that we're creating, for going forward. And so as you heal your inner and have compassion and let the endings occur in fair and just ways, because you're solid and whole. You've taken back this piece of yourself and you are now taking charge of yourself and the situation. These new beginnings can now happen. And so now that new beginnings are happening in the sort of sequence of how your reading is flowing for you, so now these endings have gone, or they're in the process now. Prioritize. So Metatron is going to help you prioritize. Okay, now as in terms of new beginnings, what would you like to have happen sort of first, and what's next, and sort of how you see it coming together. Metatron is helping you prioritize because you have a brilliant idea. And they want me to hold these two. So Raziel is working with you, giving you all kinds of downloads. And then when you wake up in daytime, you're going to start having some really amazing ideas. Okay? They're partly coming from him, but they're integrating into you. And so they're your ideas. They're just sort of coming from the higher realms. Raziel is helping out with that. You're going to have some brilliant ideas for how you'd like to move forward into your new beginnings. You know, and this is May, so this can all happen very quickly. It feels really fast. So Metatron will help you prioritize. And then also we have Uriel is saying, you know what to do. You know what you would like to do. Your soul is going to know. You know, it's going to line up with this, and you're just going to be like, yep, something maybe that you've been trying to work on, some path that you'd like to take. Now you're going to have some ideas exactly how that can actually work out and steps that you can take to go forward. And that those creative juices, again, in your dream time. So they'll be coming in your dream time. Okay, so they're saying don't hesitate to daydream, right? Daydream. Just envision. Use your imagination. What would you like to create? Look at all the colors and activity and all kinds of things happening on this card. There's a lot of creativity happening here. And while dream time is typically at night, it's anytime you're using your imagination to imagine, where you'd like to be. So take advantage of daydreams as well. And let your passion drive you. Passion and love. Passion and love for your creations, your new creations, going into your new beginnings. You have a brilliant idea. Let that passion about it drive you. Let that drive you to the action steps, and the universe will be pouring abundance on you in all kinds of ways with this. Okay, they want me to hold this. Brilliant idea. Creating from your passions, and out comes abundance for all of this. Now abundance can be lots of things. Abundance could be lots of friendships. It could be an abundance of just feeling good feelings. You could have an abundance of good feelings. But this particular card is prosperity. Prosperity. Typically, money, fortunes, gifts, things like that are waiting for you once you let things go and start focusing on your new beginning and appreciate, say thank you for this. Yes. And then you're going to have some great ideas, and you are going to know exactly what to do with these. And then the abundance will come. And then you got the fairies to support all this, to say, yep, your desire is totally within reach. It's totally within reach. You can do this. And it really doesn't feel like it's going to take that long, actually. These things can happen very quickly. And then Spirit almost always gives us some kinds of action steps that we can take so that we're, to get that momentum happening. So we have go now, so here he is with this sort of second or third meaning to your reading, referring to, start creating. Imagine it, dream it, and take that brilliant idea and actually go now. Start creating that. Okay? And then it says that a new home would be helpful towards that forward motion, momentum towards your new beginning coming about. A new home. Now, a new home can be, you've heard the expression, yes, you've heard the expression that home is where your heart is. So it could be a physical home structure, but it could also be finding this part of you and bringing him or her home back into your heart space, back into your heart space. So home could be a new home because this lost part of you comes home. Does that make sense? It gets lined up. So here you are, and here's this lost part, and you're going to find him or her, and they're going to come home. That's going to be huge towards your future dreams. And then it also says that a birthday is kind of special. A birthday, a significant birthday, holds the answer to your question. So if you have any questions, it's about a birthday. That could be your birthday. And it could be about the specific day, but it also could be about the birth of your idea. If you have a launch day for birthing your new life, your new future, so they're telling me that this card means so many things. It's not just a birthday. So they're telling me that it's choosing a date to launch your idea will be the birth of your brilliant idea. They're saying to pick a birthday for this will help the momentum keep going towards the success of it. Does that make sense? Okay, birthday. Thank you so much for this birthday card, fairies, because it's just so many ways that can work out. So that's what they're wanting for you to do, is pick a date to launch your idea, to launch your creation. Pick a date for it. And that will help you stay focused and prioritize the steps. And then Metatron's going to help you prioritize what steps need to go in what order to succeed on that birthday. Okay? And then you also have Saraswati is saying to express yourself through creative activities. This is going to also, this is part of this again, creating. Express yourself through this. And once you bring this lost part back, he or she is going to be so happy. They're going to want to dance and express themselves through the arts. It might be an instrument. It might be paintings, coloring, music, swimming, and any creative activity that feels good to your body. Now that this little one is integrated, expressing yourself through the arts will really help, really solidify that integration of that one. So, good reading. Good reading. So, let that old stuff go. Resentments or, any not forgiveness or just holding on to past stuff. Let that go, because you have great stuff that's really wants to come in for you.